Another week, and guess where we still are? If you guessed Palm Springs, you're right.
You're technically wrong. We're not really in Palm Springs.
I know, but people don't know the neighborhoods and the areas around it, so it's easier.
Okay.
Wow. Nitpicking off the bat. Nitpicking off the bat. Hello and welcome to Staying Up with Cami and Taryn. I'm Cami.
And I'm Taryn. And every night, me and my baby get to sleep together because we're married. But every week, we invite you to join us to our sleepover. So thanks for staying up.
Thanks for staying up.
Top of the morning, our little peeperts.
Oh, another morning epi. I love a morning epi.
Another morning epi. So we're still at my parents, and there's in front of me, like behind the camera, is a like big wall that has a big cutout fireplace. So like you can
see through both sides.
Use the fireplace on both sides. And Riggy is perfectly on the other side. I love you, Riggy.
Good girl.
She turned 6 yesterday.
Yeah. Oh, happy belated to Riggins.
Happy belated to every PB's favorite baby, plus Frank.
Whoa. Brutal.
Do you think that when we have a baby, there's going to be like people are going to feel like a weird connection to the baby?
No, because we're going to post the baby like we post the dogs.
No, I know. But like for how long we have talked about this damn baby.
Yeah. I think people will feel something because it's like, and I think people will feel like some, I don't want to say entitlement, but some excitement to see said baby, but I don't know that they will see said baby.
She said
sold seashells by the seashore. How are you feeling this morning? Let's jump into you, me, we. I'm sensing some introspectiveness from you this morning, maybe from your therapy.
Yeah, perhaps I'm very grounded. Perhaps I'm very perhaps you're noticing that there's like a guru quality about me at this time.
Sometimes I feel like after therapy, depending on the person, everyone reacts differently, but I feel like a lot of times people need to just like kind of be quiet for a minute. Like you're processing a lot.
Yeah, instead I'm going on a microphone, which is a really crazy
I know.
term.
I was surprised you wanted to record the pod right after therapy.
Look, girls, I'm great. In general, and this whole week, where this week finds me is riding high. I'm so happy to be out here. It is so
it's been
calming.
Really nice.
We've had a bunch of friends come in, not a bunch. We've had some friends come in and out, and someone was saying like, it's so good for your nervous system because the colors of this house are so gray and white and like almost sterile in a way, but it's weirdly calming. I don't know what it does.
Not in a hospital way. Like Taryn's parents have a very like gray, and then the one color that they add is like a very
blue.
Like deep oceany blue. I mean, you can see the artwork behind us is the most colorful thing in the house, and oh my gosh, it even have golds in it. That's interesting.
Oh yeah, because they're kind of weird about gold.
Yeah, but I think your mom doesn't like warm tones, but this gold even has like a cool tone to it, shockingly. I don't know. We don't need to get in color tangents, but I find it nice because this home is very easy to clean and keep clean because there's not like a lot of stuff because they don't live here 24/7. So it's like everything is just, there's not like a lot of fluff.
Bare minimum.
So anyway,
I'm just feeling great. I'm feeling like I love being around people. I love being around nature. There's a big ass golf course, and there's so much physical activity that we've been doing. We've been going on multiple walks a day. We've been going to the gym. We've been playing pickleball. Like I feel very good. If this house was in LA, I would be a really happy girl.
Yeah. If we could get this exact setting.
Yeah.
And have it closer, that'd be really nice.
So yeah, you find me well. You find me
You find me well.
Yeah. Find me well.
Your email has found me well this morning.
Yeah. You also find me just a little, I feel like I just meditated is the best way to say it.
Yeah.
I'm feeling a little like,
Yeah.
That's how I feel. Therapy was good this morning. I switched therapists and shit is so much better, you guys.
Oh, I'm
so much
so
damn better.
glad that you switched and that it's working. I was worried you were going to switch and it might be the same vibe. Like it wasn't the therapist, it was like the process, but it's clearly
Nah, this
right.
girl is switched on in the right ways.
Oh my God, I never sit like this at you. This feels nice.
Okay, cool.
Let me adjust my mic. Oh,
So anyway, that's me. I'm good. I'm calm. I'm
Zen. She's Zen mama.
I'm feeling zen. How are you?
I'm good. I'm getting like a little antsy to get back home.
Yeah.
I think we were talking about that it seems like Riggins is kind of a little bored. She's getting more walks during the day, but she's getting less just like constant play.
I think it's just less autonomy in general because she's we leave our back door open at home all the time.
Mm-hmm. She's like, she has a lot of freedom at home. So she's kind of just like hitting the doors like, why am I not allowed to go out here right now? Why do you have to be with me if I'm out here?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like I'm sensing her urgency to get home, and then it's like becoming my urgency to get home.
You're so empathetic.
I spent a lot of yesterday like really being introspective on like my career and what I need to do, and I think that has gotten me kind of in not a funk. It's like I'm at the crux of like go, make all these changes. But I am one to do that like a little bit all or nothing where I'm like, as soon as I start, then I'm like going and I'm not really thinking and I'm kind of like running faster than my feet can vibe. So I'm trying to stay with the momentum while also being more calculated and like planned out and not rushed. So I'm in kind of like a weird headspace. So I think being in my space is going to help. Like I need a little bit of groundedness.
Yeah, that's real.
And this has been so calming to be out here. But now that I'm like, okay, want to make this change, want to do this, want to do that, I kind of need to be in my space. So
yeah,
I'm a little excited for that. I'm excited to get home. But
I was sad to see that, like, you know, you went through this kind of like content career intensive yesterday, I would call it, even though it was just you and your computer. And I did notice a level of stress after that. Not stress is one word, but like more just
stress is fair. I was thinking, I like sat
kind of knocked you off your bum
a little bit. I sat and thought about this and I'm like, what am I feeling and why? I am definitely someone who in my day to day, I'm like, what is meant to be will be. Let life happen. When you start to worry about things, that's when things go wrong.
Yeah.
And 9 times out of 10, that is a really good place for me to live in. I think I really trust my intuition. I think letting stuff flow. I don't know if it's the Pisces in me, but it's like that really works for me. But it can also create stagnation and complacency where I shouldn't.
Yeah.
So I was like kind of having a little ponder on that after I like did my whole process work wise yesterday. And I was just like, okay, these are things that like I have to do more. I have to work harder at. I have to plan more. I can't just let flow. And flow state is my comfort state. So it's just a little discomfort.
Yeah.
But in a good way. It's like seek out discomfort. Like that's where growth comes from.
Yeah.
But as somebody who comfort is where I hit my flow state, it goes a little bit against that. But I'm like learning when I need to push. Like I've done that in the past in relationships, just staying in it because it's easier and like it's like, well, just let it happen. Just like trust the universe thing. But it's like, you can only trust it so much. It's so funny. The only thing I can think about right now is like a very religious comparison. But
go on.
Like, you know, the thing of
go on, preach.
Of like, I forget what it is. Like a guy is like stranded on his house. There's like a flood.
Oh, and
is
it's
that
like,
it?
and still I sent for you.
There's like a boat and he's like, no, God's got me. And
Yeah,
the boat leaves and then like something else comes, like a rope. And he's like, no, God's gonna help me. And he's like, I did all, like, you have to take what I'm giving you kind of thing. So for me, it's the universe. It's not God, but it's like, yes, let it flow. Let things happen. Trust that things are working as they're meant to be. And I don't do well when I over stress stuff or I over like try to control things. But I also, it's like kind of like the whole success is where preparation and luck meet kind of vibe. It's like the preparation side, I'm not giving enough. So it's like I had a little bit of a reality check yesterday. And I also had a little like, okay, I need to be careful that I don't push myself in a way that's unnatural to me that I know really doesn't work for me.
It's going to burn you out really fast.
Yeah. And it just like, it doesn't, I don't know, for lack of better terms, like flow with the universe. I'm like going against what's natural.
Yeah.
But also like, no, it's okay to like tweak things and go after what you want and like push for stuff. So I'm just in that moment where I just like need to like live in that discomfort for a little bit. But I'm not like sad. I'm not overwhelmed. I'm not stressed. I'm like, it just like was a little bump that I had to be like, okay, process this.
Well, I was thinking about how when you have coworkers or you work within a infrastructure of a lot of people, you have managers, coworkers, whatever.
Yeah.
You're constantly getting little reality checks of like what's working and what's not and how to do better and how to change.
Mm-hmm. And from people who know more than you do in certain areas.
Right. So it's like
that you can trust their judgment.
Yes. The feedback is relevant. I mean, obviously we've all worked if you've worked in corporate, you know that not all feedback is relevant. Sometimes people just be saying shit.
Yeah.
But a lot of the times if it's someone that you trust, you're learning things, you're like getting better. It's like an iron sharpens iron situation all the time in a lot of little ways.
Yeah.
So you get used to getting a push here and there and being like what's worth taking and what's not. I feel like when you're your only coworker,
I'm a lone ranger
for the most part, you not only do you not get a lot of feedback other than what you infer from the internet's response to what you do or don't do.
Which is so unhealthy that's so my only feedback.
But two, you don't often do a deep dive on what's working or what's not. Where like in corporate world, like we have it every quarter. No questions asked. You have to go through all the things that you've done the past quarter and you're like, okay, did this go well? Did this not?
Exactly.
And then there are miniature checks of all of that. We do it on a weekly basis to a smaller degree. So I feel like for you, it probably is just a really heavy mental load when you do things like this, because instead of a lot of little chips, you're getting thrown the whole bag at once. And you're like, okay, what should I change? What's good? What's bad? Like, how do I do it all?
It's
and
also
it's just
a really
you to process
weird
it with.
mindset too, because it's not is our product working? Is our website working?
Right.
I've always approached my career in social media as like very natural leading. I mean, even we were talking the other day, like with some of our friends of, I'm one of the only quote unquote influencers that they know that is the same in person.
Yeah.
Which is so weird to me. I'm like, the fuck? What are other people doing? Like, I've always approached this. I didn't seek out this career. It kind of naturally happened. And I was like, oh, I'm doing this thing and I can make money from it.
Yeah.
So it's almost like an artist who's like loves painting and now they're making money from it. And it's like, well, I don't want to optimize my art.
Right. You're like, that actually makes it so that the painting is less interesting.
Yeah.
Because now
Not
I'm
that
doing
my
it
social
for an
media is
audience.
art, to make that very clear. But I think
my baby is a literal artist.
Not that my little stupid pictures and videos are art by any means.
No,
but
you are.
I can see how that would shut up. I can see how that would feel similar, where it's like it feels so forced, and like even thinking like I always hated going back to when I started this career of like the clickbait era on YouTube, and like Mr. Beast is always making the same face in his thumbnails because he's seen that it gets the most views. And like I grew up where like there were other like queer couples like being like, are we breaking up in their thumbnails and stuff? And that always gave me such a big ick, where I was like, why are we tricking people? Why can't we just make content
that people
good
like
enough that people want? But then it's like, okay, but they don't know they're gonna like it if they don't click on it, and you got to get them. And like, I don't know. I have such a ick towards like working the system.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm just trying to be like, where is my balance here? Where is my like, no, I can make the same kind of content, but like optimize it with the title card being better, or like making sure it's not over a minute, or it is over a minute, whatever it may be, to make better content that like more people are going to get to see, that more people can enjoy, that more brands want to put money behind.
Yeah.
So it's like that side. And it's just me and my manager, and I don't think her specialty is the content side. I mean, she would say that her specialty isn't the content side.
Right.
So when she's giving me feedback, her very real feedback that she's getting from brands, I'm like, well, yeah, I can't take that on board because that doesn't make sense for the content. Like, I almost need a third person who is the content expert. And then I'm like, oh, fuck, that's me. I'm the content expert.
You're both. Yeah.
I do have to optimize myself, and I don't.
You're 2/3 of the head.
Yeah. So Yeah.
What's funny about the term influencer, the career title, I guess, is like, it's basically a socialite. I was thinking about this the other day. Like an influencer, most influencers, if you ask them like, what do you influence? What is your thing? A lot of them I think would say like, oh, I don't really have like a thing. I don't really have like a...
I guess it depends. You know, a few. Like I would say lifestyle influencers don't technically have a thing. They're more of like a personality.
Right.
But a lot of people these days in this day and age do have a specialty. They're like, I'm a comedian, I'm a chef, like most people have taken their thing and now they put it on the internet.
But I'm saying like, if you were an influencer and started as just like someone that had an online following for general things, that's one thing. A comedian or a chef or a something, I think like lifestyle and influencer is so much more like mushed together in a really strange way.
Yeah.
That like, I think it would be easy to be like, oh, what am I trying to influence other than just like show a life that you may or may not connect with?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And that's what I think I've always really struggled with, where I'm like, well, the only way to do that is to be uber authentic and just share. And I think that's what I really worked on yesterday, where I was like, what am I trying to tell people? What am I trying to show people? And I think that part of it felt really good. Yeah. That I feel like I got to the crux of that, where I'm like, what am I trying to provide for people? Because for so long it was representation for queer people that haven't been able to see themselves in media. And then we got to a point where I'm like, I'm just this basic femme white girl. Like, we got enough of that. Let me leave it to the other queer people who aren't seeing themselves on mainstream media. And like
there's just too much queer representation now.
Not too much.
You going, yeah.
I was like, but
you had me at the first half.
No, but to a degree where
that was a joke, everyone.
But it to a degree that it doesn't set you apart anymore.
Yeah.
Where on the brand side of it, it's like I have the audience side and I have the brand side. It's like, well, what do I want to provide for people? Like, I don't want people wasting their time watching my content.
Yeah.
I don't want them to just watch it because they're like, oh, I'm just interested in what's going on in her life. Like, I want them to get something out of it.
Yeah.
And that's the crux that I got to do yesterday that felt really positive and good to get to. So,
you know what, PBs? While Cam is in this kind of discovery mode, we're going to pretend that you are also her coworkers, as people that have watched her, loved her for probably many, many years. If there are things that you love that Cam does, shares, posts, whatever, drop a comment. We would love to hear it.
Cute.
Drop a comment on YouTube or on Spotify. Really, Spotify, iTunes, we're really trying to bump them audio numbers up. So
oh my God, I thought you were going to tell them to go comment on my stuff and help me out, not you getting podcast likes.
No. Sorry, those are separate things.
Not you hijacking my
No. I meant that's probably a good place to drop our thoughts about what sort of things we love to see from you.
Because I really trust the PPs. Like,
that's what
I
I'm
feel
saying.
like
These are your people.
These are like the closest people, where I feel like I obviously have my core people on my social media that I'm like always seeing pop up. I really trust their opinion. They like are very honest with me. But then I feel like in the Venn diagram of things, people who are PPs who then get to see like me from this perspective and like see you, and like you're such a huge extension of like my identity, I feel.
Girl.
And like the people who like get me and get you and get our dynamic, I'm like, yeah, I trust that. I trust those.
So that's what I'm saying. Just like lock in,
mamas.
Lock in for our coworker Camden.
And I need coworkers.
I know. Does that sound fun? And
I want to go to an office
and drop in some thoughts for our girly. I'm not going to tell you not to leave like constructive feedback.
I will. Don't. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm saying, but be gentle.
No, you can. I think like to properly leave constructive feedback, I'd have to share more about my process and like where I'm at, and we don't need to do that on this podcast. Maybe I'll do it on the Patreon. Maybe I'll be like, this is what I'm working on. What are your thoughts? Anyway,
I did think like
Cam's coworkers.
I did think going in depth about like your plan for content going forward and like what you think could be interesting would be like a cool little class on, not literal class where you're teaching people, but like Here's what I'm thinking. What do you guys
Oh,
think?
that's cute. I like that.
You should do that on Patreon. That'd be fun.
That would be fun.
Cool.
All right. How are we, baby?
I think we're doing great. I think that we are
great, too.
incredible co-hosts. I think that when we're at a third space, I think that we fall into our roles really well.
Yeah.
And I think we're doing great.
It is really nice. It's almost like on Love is Blind when they just move in together and it's their extra, like their apartment living. It's like you don't really get to see how they are because you have limited items in it. That's how we are now, where there's like not a lot of stuff in here. So we're almost our best selves, where like things are getting done more easily.
Yeah.
Which is so nice as a couple to have that moment of reset, because I also feel like it'll translate when we get home of like, oh, I was doing such a good job at X, Y, and Z. I'm going to keep it up here.
Of course.
We also have implemented, I don't think we talked about this last week because we didn't done it yet. I forget. We've implemented monthly massages.
Guys, we went hammy on massages last week.
Guys, we almost went and got a massage and we were like, we're going away for our anniversary and we'll probably do a massage there. I was like, let's not spend the money. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And Taryn was like, what if we give each other like real, not just a back rub.
Like, not like you're sat on the couch and your like hand is kind of like haphazardly scooching back and forth.
No. We did like lay down, nude, sheet over the body, massage oil.
I did the thing where you put the oil in your hands and you go, take a deep breath.
Yeah. Well, first she did it so properly. She was like, okay, deep breath in and out while she was warming her hands. And then she said it again, but my eyes were shut. She was like, in. And then I just got a waft of the aroma. I was like, this is so legit.
It was so sweet.
And you're so good.
Honey.
I don't think you should have let me know that you're so good at those, because I'm going to be like, I know what you're capable of. It's like when a kid is in school and they're like a D student and they get 1 B or 1 A and their parents are like, now I know you're capable of it. Now I expect you to get it.
And that's why you stay with C's girls. But yeah, that was really fun. Also, Cam became a trad wife.
Oh, guys.
It's kind of crazy.
I was like, we had 2 sets of friends come at different times. We didn't want like a house party. We wanted just like a small group moment.
Exist alongside
so
us.
we really tried to space everyone out, which made scheduling really hard. So then we actually didn't really end up having a lot of people come. But regardless,
not to handle that.
Every time I say regardless right now, I'm hearing irregardless.
Yeah. Not a word.
But I was like, can I make anyone a cocktail? I literally was like, I feel like a trad wife who cooked not cooked. That's the one side I was like, I'm not doing that. Who cleaned all day.
I was going to say, okay, liar, pop off.
Yeah. not correct me.
Okay, fucking lying.
But I was like, I'll clean and then I'm going to go get showered. I'm going to put on a little dress. And then my wife comes home with her coworkers and I make them all a cocktail.
And we're like,
they were watching the fight.
Jill at the office.
No, but it was really enjoyable, where I was like, I'll set the table.
Yeah.
If I was ever a trad wife, though, I feel like I would have to have enough money to have like a personal chef. I'll cook, but I get over it and I will spend too much time doing that nothing else would be done.
Yeah. I mean,
but I was vibing.
You were glowing. And also like during the day, what was so crazy is like during the day when people were like working or doing other things, she would like do some work and then you would look outside. She'd be laid out. She'd start doing crunches. You saw that? Yes. You were on the edge of our pool, which is raised.
Well, I was working and I went to take a little meditate. I needed to I had too much stagnant energy stuck in me. So I was like walking around and then I was sitting on the little ledge because it was in the sun. And then as I was sat there, you guys know I've been on my workout grind. I was like, this would be a perfect spot to do a little like crunch moment. So I just did some crunches while I listened to a 5-minute meditation.
I'm just saying, like, you just seemed like you were living a full life in one day in a way that was like really sweet.
I loved it. It was great. It
was fab. Great. Okay, so we're doing great.
We're doing great.
Everything's
great. Everything's wonderful. Besides my little like crisis I had yesterday.
I did have a panic attack.
We're fine. We're fine.
You do know what I would like to say.
You do know what
I would like to say.
They already know. Good job. What'd she say?
I would like to speak directly to anyone who has panic attacks. It's okay to be in your 20s, 30s, 40s, etc. and still have panic attacks. Yeah. It's not fun, but I did have a moment when I was having a panic that I was like, this sucks. I'm 35. I should not be having a panic attack. Like, how embarrassing. And then I was like, you know what? No,
panic attacks aren't ageist.
Not ageist.
You could get your first panic attack at 50.
And may you have friends like I have friends, which we were all relaxing, having a glass of wine, watching a boxing match. And I said, uh-oh, I think I'm going to have a panic attack. And they were like, it's okay. Go ahead. Go in your room.
They're like, we get it.
And I came back inside this room. I was walking around town with my panic attack. I'm sweating. I'm putting ice on I'm dumping my face in ice, all this stuff. And they're like, you okay? Can we do anything? Not making a huge deal out of it because they also get panic attacks and they understand, but also not ignoring it. And it was like,
and then you're like, I'm going to bed. And they're like, bye, girl.
They're like, bye, girl.
Let us know for being too loud.
Sleep well. Woke up, hugged me. We moved on.
Yeah.
I hope you get friends like that.
That's what we needed in this like adult friend trip where it was like, everyone do your own thing. Work during the day.
Yeah.
If you want to go for a walk, go for a walk. If you want to cook something. Everyone's doing their own thing. We come together when we want.
May you all get that.
Yeah, because it was really, really great.
Babe, anything you want to tell me?
I think I did towards the end of the trip go into my like mute mode.
You did start going mute.
Yeah, it reminded me of, I posted this meme the other day on Instagram of it was like Pisces and another person. And it was like, you're so quiet. And then the Pisces is like, I know, I wish you were too.
I saw that.
Or I'm like, I relate to that so hard. When I want to be quiet, I'm like, I need everyone to shut up. Oh my God. I'm having a realization. I don't like to, what can I say on YouTube? I don't like, what is the word?
Yuck someone's yum?
No.
Oh, I just went on
How do I say? I can't.
Puff a thing?
Yeah, I don't like to smoke.
Puff vapor? You could say smoke.
I don't like to smoke a certain thing because
the M.
I get really uncomfortable. I don't like to garden. That's it. That's what the kids say. I don't like to garden because I feel like everything's really funny and I don't want people to talk. I don't want to have to talk. I want to go like really mute whenever I garden.
Right.
And I feel like this pressure to like be involved in everything. And I think it just like deeply brings out that side of me, like my like Pisces side where I'm like, everyone needs to shut up. I just need to like be here and be on my own. And I was having that moment yesterday where I was like, I'm going silent mode.
Yeah.
And I don't want anyone talking to me. I don't want to have to respond. And I don't want anyone to think I'm rude. So I don't know what to do here.
And in those moments, I start to get panicked. That's where my mind goes. You just keep buzzing around and like you just like are mute, but like on wheels. And you're like cleaning things and like doing little chores and like cleaning Frank's ears. And like you start to like.
I like a task.
You start to get busy.
Yeah, I
start to panic. My therapist today said that she would describe herself. So I switched therapists and she was like, anything that you want to know before I get started? And I said, well, could you just, my normal line, would you feel comfortable telling me whatever you feel comfortable telling me about you? What do you do on the weekend? Who are you? And she was like, I'd be happy to. And she like told me a little bit about herself. She's super sweet. One of the things she said is that she's a social introvert where if you met her out, you would think she's super extroverted.
You should tell her about the introvert.
I said, this is exactly my wife. If you met her out, she's fun, she's crazy, she's silly, she's whatever. Then she holes up for 2 to 3 days at a time and is like, I'm just going to need to be alone.
Yeah, you got to have a reset.
She also has a cat. And I thought,
she has a cat?
Has a cat. And I thought, I really think that might work for you someday.
I know. I'm like,
we'll get there.
I've always said like, I don't like cats. But I think it's just that I didn't take the time. And I had I had a bad experience with a cat when I was younger. And I think that scarred me. And 2 bad experiences with cat. And I think with cat.
2 bad experiences with cat. With purse. Purse?
Purse?
With purse?
With purse. You have purse?
You have purse?
Yeah. So I think someday I would like a cat. Maybe one day if one of our kids is like, I want a cat. That's when we'll get a cat.
I see that both of us brought a lot of things to talk about. You specifically. I have one big thing to talk about. You have a lot of little things to talk about.
Yeah. Okay. So let's just run through it. One, this is so fucking funny. I posted a video and it got the brand that was featured in it put money behind it. So it got out to random audiences who don't know me. So it's a video of our night routine. And it was I was being hyperbolic and it says like this and in bed by 8. I was like, obviously 8 is a little bit of an exaggeration there. And people were so mad that I said 8. So many of the comments were like, oh my God, I could never, clearly you don't work a normal job, blah, blah, blah. People are like debating stuff and fighting. And at first I was like, guys, oh my God, I'm exaggerating. I wanted to defend myself. And then I was like, no, this was genius. I'm going to rage bait people in every video. But the other thing
going exactly against what you said earlier.
Yeah. But not now. This is a new me. But the whole video, let me just paint a picture for you guys. It's just our night. It starts with a little clip where it's like this in bed by 8, and it's a clip of Taryn and I, full adult women, in bed together. And then we're going about our evening. We're watching a show. We're playing a game on the TV.
We're playing a video game. We're playing Switch.
We're closing up the house. We're bringing the dogs outside and upstairs and getting ready for bed. And then like
a normal night for lesbians.
Very normal night. And then like we're like, good night, and have a little kiss and go to bed. And so like there are many comments. This video got to like 4 million people. There are so many comments of like, oh my God, I sent this to my best friend, or I was just about to send this to my best friend and be like, us, I want this, blah, blah. And then you guys kissed. And I'm like, ladies, like, one, if you want a lesbian life so bad, do it.
Lock in, girls.
Do it. Like, I'm sorry, but if you're that curious and this looks so good to you, I'm also so sad for so many women that they can't have this with their husbands.
Yeah.
It was so normal. We watched a TV show, played a video game, got in bed. I was reading while you were doing, you were playing the New York Times, doing a word search, crossword puzzle.
I was like, no, I wasn't.
We did
Liar
a face, lying all day. We did a little face mask. Like, I'm sorry, but if you are with a man and he doesn't want to hang out with you, like that, we're just hanging out.
So you know what I think is actually happening when people say that, when straight women are like, oh, this looks so great, I could never with my husband, blah, blah, blah. I think that they might be doing the same activities. Like, it's normal. Like, we know a lot of straight couples, like they do watch a show together.
Yeah,
they
like,
do. I think it's literally them imagining the energy difference of doing that with a woman than with a man. And at
then
that
you
point,
might be a lesbian.
I'm like, now wait a minute.
Babes.
Like, if you don't feel comfortable looking over and seeing a lump of man over there, even though you're doing all the same shit, maybe you don't want that.
And then some women were like, oh my God. And people loved our house, by the way.
Oh.
Which I thought you would be so excited.
I'm happy about that.
They're like, your house looks so cute. I bet it's spotless. Oh my God, why does it look so clean in there? I'm like,
perfect.
Are your boyfriend's, husband's, fiance's not cleaning? Guys, like,
did marry a loser.
Why is the bar so low? One, if you are straight, my condolences, be with a man who is good. Like our friend Robin, who is so great, but like she is a lesbian, in all realms other than the fact that her fiance is a man, but he is also like kind of lesbian coded.
Lesbian coded.
They both give like bi energy, but they're together.
Yeah.
And she commented and she was like, oh my God, don't tempt me. Like, and I was like, not you. You are the one woman who has a good man.
Yeah.
Like, if anything, she needs to start.
Well, I don't agree with that, but yeah.
Well, not the only one, but like being hyperbolic.
I know. Nobody
no one gets
out.
it any day.
Nobody
anymore.
freak out.
No, I'm saying like, why does no one take a goddamn joke anymore? She has like a good man where I feel like he needs to teach classes where I'm like,
I would take his class.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not a man.
Yeah.
I would take it.
So like, if any straight or bi women with a boyfriend right now are listening and you're like disappointed in your man, one, go find a good one.
Yeah.
And like, send this to your boyfriends. Guys, step it up, or your women are going to date women because we are better. We clean, we're fun, we have the same interests, we're pretty, our skin is soft, we smell good, we shower before bed, like we put on lotion before bed. Step it up or you're going to lose your women.
Whoa. And that was a threat. That was a damn threat, live and loud.
Yep. Just saying. So yeah, that's what I wanted to.
This is a crazy turn that I'm taking us to.
No, wait, I have one more. Speaking of women.
Oh.
I don't know if it is the youth. I don't know if it's the right. I don't know if it's men. But there is this new wave of calling a group of women woman.
Ugh.
Oh, women are...
Woman.
So annoying. Woman.
What's up with these women?
Guys, that is not the plural form. It
Freaks.
is so annoying. I cannot hear it anymore.
I understand.
I don't know what happened. And the other day, biggest loser of all losers, Trump himself said, yeah, and woman, I can't even say it. It's so unnatural.
It's hard to say.
So yeah, cut it out if you're somebody who's doing that. So men, cut it out, and anyone saying woman when they mean women, cut it out. Those are my two camps that I need to cut it out.
Okay.
Cut it out. Okay.
I'm going to take a big left.
Please do.
There's a guy at the gym named Blind Bob. Did you see him?
Yeah, of course I saw him. How could I miss him? His t-shirt says Blind Bob.
He didn't see you. Sounds like a joke, but it's true. His name is Blind Bob, and he wears a shirt. Well, how do I know this? He wears a huge shirt that says Blind Bob, and the back of his shirt says caned but able.
I didn't see that.
He has a cane, but he's also able. It was so fun watching him walk around the gym.
I would like to, I want to go to the gym. I hope he's there. I want to ask him. I can't imagine he is like fully blind. He must be partially blind. Or has he been, the way he's just moving around town?
Blind people know what's up. Like
I know, but like,
especially if they have their like specific things that they do at a gym or in a space, then they know exactly where to go.
He was giving like
he was faking it.
Not that he's faking it, but like he's not like long-term blind his whole life, because people who have been blind their whole life, like, oh yeah, like you would just have no idea, because I think your other senses get heightened and you adapt. He was giving like he's quite old, that his like sight is going in old age.
Yeah.
And it's like not always fully
Probably.
bad.
I mean, that's a safe bet.
Because if not, that he's impressive either way. Like the fact that he's like working out and going on a treadmill. I get scared that I'm going to fall off a treadmill, and I have perfect eyesight.
I know.
God, I would like to talk to Blind Bob.
I just wanted to bring that up because obviously Bobby, but like.
Does he ever, just for his name,
does
he
Bobby
ever not have the t-shirt on?
No, because we've seen him at other events. I think we saw him at like the Easter run.
Yeah.
And he was with all his family, and it said Blind Bob. And I remember being like, that's so cute.
That is so cute.
So he must just wear it when he is like in public with other people.
I don't know. Have you seen him in private without other people?
No. That's a really good point. Maybe he has like 10,000 Blind Bob shirts and he just locks in. I wanted to, so I have a few things, but I don't know that I can get to this big one.
Baby, you can get to whatever you want to get to.
Okay, one thing I wanted to talk to you about. I wrote this the other night thinking, I wrote this like it's going to be something like
I'm
profound.
so scared.
Do you ever have people in your life?
Do you ever feel like a plastic bag?
Do you ever feel like, first of all, do you ever feel like a plastic bag?
No.
Okay. Secondly, do you ever have people in your life that you watch from afar? Maybe it's parasocial. Maybe it's someone that you grew up with and you're not close to anymore. Where you're like, in another life, we would be really close. But in this life, we don't have it. We don't have the time. We're not going out of our way to be close to each other. But like, I know that you and I would be really close if we did.
Yeah, I guess so. I've never really think about it, but there's like, a few people where I'm like, God, we are so similar that, I guess I have that.
It's just interesting that my experience with that used to be really sad. I remember in college, I had a couple girls where I was like, from different colleges that I knew from like church or whatever. And I was like,
crushes, honey.
No, not crushes, but well, maybe, I don't, who knows. But I remember looking at, wow, my arm feels so strong.
Let me
Feel this.
God, the way you get a pump so quick.
I didn't even work out.
Your ability to just like build muscle is so
insane.
impressive.
Anyway, I remember in college that there were a couple of girls from like different colleges, but that we were in church to get like in a churchy group together, whatever. And I was like, man, if only we put in the work, I think we would be really good friends. But there was this like, and I would be really fucking sad about it. And I would be like, should I put in the work? Like it's how sad, like we're ships passing in the night, like blah, blah, blah. Now I look at those people and I feel like a weird level of close to them.
Like you did have that friendship.
Like I did have
thought about it so much
in my head.
It's also funny because it's like you feel that way because you don't have the closeness, so you never know if it really would have turned. Like
100%.
you get to make them up in your head to be whatever perfect version of a friend you wanted to.
100%.
Which is kind of nice to have, where it's like you might fucking hate each other if you became friends.
Totally.
But you never know the downside, so you only can like assume all the best things. And
I think social media only furthers that feeling for me and probably a lot of people, where like you only see a couple little glimpses of them and you are like,
and you're seeing it through
that's
your
my
lens,
bestie,
not their
but not.
lens too. Like they could say something and it could be fully in a different context, but you are taking it through your lens where you're like, it fits that narrative.
Yep.
That's my bestie.
It's just funny that now I can see them from afar and be like, it feels like that was my childhood best friend, but there was no friendship to that level.
That's crazy.
Anyway, you don't have that experience as much?
No, I don't.
That's sad for me because I wonder if I'm just like sad.
No, it's not that you're sad. I just think that that's the perspective you see the world through. Like you do think about those things.
Yeah. My other thing I wanted to talk to you about.
Yeah.
I half listened to this podcast, half got a bunch of summaries and like looked into the transcripts and whatever. And
like you listened to half of it, or you were half paying attention during listening to it?
Both of those things, actually.
Got it.
With Lori Gottlieb, who is the author, she's a therapist and the author of Maybe You Should Talk to Someone, which is like a really popular book. She was on, I know he's kooky, Andrew Huberman, like whatever. This has nothing to do with him, and that's why I only want to talk about things that she shared.
He does get good guests.
Because he gets really good guests.
Yeah.
And really long form conversations. They talk for 3 hours.
Whoa.
And that is why
No wonder
I don't
you half listened.
always, I like to like go through the transcripts instead because I can like bop around to what I like. There were 4 things that were said that I wanted to get your reaction to.
I'm ready.
Some I agree with, some I don't. But obviously this person is like very revered in relationship world and also therapy world. So I just thought it was interesting. First point she made, she said that we marry our unfinished business, meaning whoever hurt you growing up, your unconscious is actively out there looking for them. Not because you're broken, but because some part of you believes that this time you can win. This time I can get love from the kind of person, from that kind of person and fix what felt broken when I was little. It's not always the parent of the gender you're attracted to either. If your mom was cold or unavailable, you might go looking for that in a man. It's not about who looks like them. It's about who feels like them. She had this client that kept picking the wrong guys. And when she would meet someone that was genuinely good or reliable, she would say, oh, there's no chemistry. And Lori said, that's not a lack of chemistry. That's your nervous system not recognizing the chaos that it's used to in like a loved one, which is actually a good sign and shows that like you're running from it. I'm curious how that lands for you. Like, do you see that in your history of like dating people that mirror trauma in your close relationships?
Yeah, I can see that. I don't like how that started where it's like you do this. Like I don't think everyone does that.
Not all people.
Okay. Yeah, I totally think it can happen. I was actually just talking to a friend about how I think she does this because she has found so she has found so much comfort in chaos.
Yeah.
And like that's what she knows to be love now.
Right.
So even if it is toxic or unhealthy or just not good for her, that is what she has seen. There has been love in the past. So then it's like, well, if it's not this tumultuous situation, then it isn't love.
Right.
Yeah, I think for me that pattern would come from people who weren't very, this isn't like a trait that I was seeking out from trauma, but like, I don't want to say not capable, but like I was like, I'll just do it myself.
Yeah.
Like I don't, for a long time, I had a hard time relying on other people. I think in my childhood, I really had to take care of myself.
Right.
I have wonderful parents, but I think a dynamic that ended up happening because of things going on in our family was like, I was the easy one. I was more mature for my age. I could like handle stuff. and I could really take care of myself and I was very independent. And I feel like that really translated into relationships where I was like the one taking care of things and like the go-getter and more driven and all of these things.
Right.
And I expected it so much that even when people wouldn't naturally be in that, I would just do stuff and get stuff done. So then it was like just creating my partner
that dynamic.
Yeah, because it was like, well, why would I do it? You're doing it.
Totally.
Instead of being like, hey, I need help with this. Like I would just kind of expect that people were gonna not be able to handle it.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's really got healed with you because you're so capable. You're so intelligent and independent and all of these things on your own, right? That when I would fall into that, I think we would have that dynamic with like cleaning a lot where it was like, oh, you just don't care to do it. You're not going to do it right. But like, whatever. And then you would really just show, like, you're like, I'll do it. Like, I can do this. Or like, if someone needs called for the house to come repair something, like, you'll take care of that. And then I'll deal with it when they're there because, you know, like, that is where I lean into. We're really good at leaning into our skills and like stepping it up for the other. Totally. So I don't feel like I have to have it all handled.
But I think, PPs, the lesson for us here is be careful of that. Like, don't just say, okay, there was no chemistry because this person doesn't trigger something negative in you. Like,
but it's
sometimes
like,
it can be quiet.
That in our heads becomes, it's looped with the good of the love. So let's say like you could never get approval from your mom. Yeah. But you also, it's your mom and you have that love there. So then it's like, if you can't get approval from someone and you're chasing that, but it's also there, like that is linked to the love. It's almost like Pavlov's dog where it's like something bad happens, but then they're getting a treat. So it's like you want, like if you sorry, this is going to sound so horrific, but if you like kick a dog and then give them a treat, I know, but then it's like you relate that negative thing with the reward. So if someone's abusive to you, but then they give you love after the abuse, you kind of like keep seeking that because that is love. They become the same thing.
I think the takeaway is like understanding what your unfinished business is from the trauma that you had growing up so that you can decide what you are seeing in a person and if that is like you trying to solve things that is not their thing to solve.
Totally.
Okay, next thing that I think is super freaking interesting. The spark thing is kind of a lie. This one is for everyone who's gone on a first date and been like, I don't know, I just didn't feel it. Like there was no first spark. Oh. There was a study where they followed couples for 20 years. 20 years. So this is a long study.
That's insane to commit to.
They asked people to write down how they felt in real time after their first few dates. So like, how excited were you? How are you feeling? All that.
How many people did they follow to make sure that they got enough people who stayed together for 20 years?
That I don't know. And it wasn't about all people who stayed together.
Oh, okay.
Then they followed up years later and asked them to look back. What they found is that we completely rewrite the story based on how we ended up. Happy couples look back and say, oh my God, we had so much chemistry from the start. But their notes from that time were more like, yeah, it was nice. Maybe I'll see them again.
Wow.
So they remembered the spark much bigger than it actually felt.
Because once they built that relationship and rapport, they're like, oh my God, yeah, it was immediate.
Because they built it.
No, it wasn't.
The point is you cannot trust your memory of the spark or even like your real time experience fully of the spark.
Yeah.
Because we color the beginning of the story with how it ends. This means you also can't use the absence of butterflies on a first date as a reason not to go on a second one because you don't actually know yet what this is.
Wow.
So really interestingly, she argues then that the only question worth asking yourself after a first date is, did I have a good enough time to find out more? Not did I feel a big rush, just was this good enough to go again?
Yeah. See, that makes so much sense to me though, because I feel like a lot of times chemistry or a spark, first date stuff, it's like that normally boils down to like banter. Right. And like flirty vibes and stuff where I'm like, one, that's not going to be the energy once you like know someone, those like nerves. And also just because somebody is so good at that doesn't mean that they have like literally a single quality that you would want beyond that.
100%.
Where I almost feel like once you know someone, you're better at like being able to create a spark because you like know what makes them tick a little bit.
Totally.
That's really interesting. I really like the idea of how they color it more positively or negatively that's similar to, I don't remember if you shared on the podcast, but I think you did. How we look back at an experience that even during it, like climbing Mount Everest, it's like, it was so great, even if it was so hard during it.
Terrible the whole time.
When you get through it. Wow.
I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah. Okay. So encouragement to the single PPs.
Yes.
Even if there's no spark, go on that second date. If you are curious enough to find out more, let's try a second or third, even if there's not like crazy chemistry right off the bat. But if you don't like them, don't.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's like, if you don't enjoy being in their presence, don't go on another date with them. But like,
maybe it was calm.
If it was
maybe
just
it was
calm,
easy.
non-triggering, an enjoyable time, but not like fireworks off the wazoo, then I think try it again. You never know.
Yeah. Yeah. We're not chasing fireworks. We're seeking like curiosity and comfort and yeah. Wow.
This third one I've really related to.
But I think we had so much chemistry from the bat.
I was thinking about this. It's also really hard to know fully what like our actual first experiences were.
I'm like, are we going off of when we started like talking in a dating sense?
But I had also already known who you were, which like changes things. I didn't know who you were, but like I had already had experience of you from online that like, I don't know that I can ever get like a real first
that's fair.
idea of like what the energy was like. It's kind of strange. Okay.
I never thought about that.
Next is a term I'd never heard before called cherophobia.
You don't want to sit down?
CHERO phobia. It's the fear of joy. Actually being afraid of good things happening because you're so used to them getting taken away.
Oh, that makes me so sad.
She said that there are people who grew up in unpredictable environments that become really good at bracing. So when something is calm and steady and good, it actually feels unsafe.
Just waiting for the floor to fall out from
People
under
wait
you.
for the other shoe to drop.
Oh, that's so sad.
I think most of us can relate to this in like even really small ways, like when everything is going really well and you catch yourself going like, okay, like is this actually a sign that something bad is going to happen? Do you feel that at all? Because I know with my fears, I feel that a lot.
I never feel that.
Yeah.
The only thing I can even kind of relate is my like PMDD cycle that I was on, where it was like when I'd have my high highs, I'd be like, ooh, I don't want this to end, because I know when it ends, it's really bad and my period comes and then I crash.
Yeah.
But other than that, and that's like a proven cycle, I knew it was happening. I don't feel that with life at all. Never have.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I wonder.
When do you feel that?
A lot.
Just like in general, you're just like afraid for.
Yeah, like when it's almost like superstitious. Like when too many things start going well, I'm like,
this can't be forever.
This can't last forever. Like, what are the odds that even saying this gives me a fright, but like, what are the odds that no one in my close family has died?
Gotcha.
Same for you. Like, it's just like, I start to think like, that's so crazy. That must mean that time is due.
I have a really weird experience of this, that it's the only time I can think that I have this. Whenever, it's very rare that you like injure yourself as an adult, but when you do, it's like, it feels just like so awful. Or like if you get really, really sick, like I know I'm going to get a stomach bug in my life again. And I know I'm going to like cut my finger cooking or do, like, I know statistically that's going to happen. So I get really nervous when it hasn't happened for a little while, because I'm like I sliced my toe open yesterday, and thank God it wasn't that bad. At first I thought it was going to be like, it is sliced. It
is absolutely sliced, but I'm picturing something so damn crazy.
Oh, no,
like a deli slice.
It was one of those moments where it didn't hurt too bad at first, and you know when things are really bad, it almost doesn't hurt yet.
Yeah.
And then you look at it, it hurt, and I was like, oh, because I like kind of stubbed my toe too. And then I looked down and I saw my skin kind of like opening, and I was like, oh no. And I had that panic. But it's like, that scares me, where I'm like, I don't want to have a stomach bug again. And I know it's going to happen. I know I'm going to be on the floor.
Yeah.
So upset, middle of the night. I don't want to do that. I don't want it.
I know.
Shoot.
This last thing I think you're really going to relate to, and for any PPs that have experienced like depression, apathy, or like general numbness, I think this was a really interesting way to look at it. So her point is, numbness isn't emptiness, it's actually overflow. She said, numbness is not the absence of feelings. It's being overwhelmed by too many feelings and shutting down.
Yeah.
If you ever feel blank or checked out and you're like, I don't know why I feel nothing, you're probably not feeling nothing. You're probably feeling everything. So your brain goes offline.
Yeah, your body's flooded.
So she says a colleague of hers called mindless scrolling the most effective non-prescription painkiller out there. She means that as a warning, not as a compliment. A painkiller doesn't actually fix anything. It just masks the signal.
Yeah.
So when you're lying in bed on TikTok for 2 hours, it doesn't actually, it doesn't feel like a coping mechanism, but she's saying that's exactly what it is. You're not processing the overwhelm. You're just temporarily escaping it, and it works, which is kind of the whole problem.
I feel really called out.
Did I just clock you?
Yeah, it clocked me hard. Yeah. Once I get overwhelmed, that's why, like, I also do that. I think you hate this about me.
Oh, I
know. That was extreme. After a fight and we've made up, I'm pretty shut down.
Yeah.
And or like
Well, so
after.
am I.
Yeah, but you'll be like, I don't know. It's, or if like something happens, you'll be like, are you okay? And I'm like, I'm fine. Like, I'm fine now. I'm just kind of like
dazed.
I'm like, yeah, I go in like a numb mode for a little bit after something bad happens or after we have a fight or whatever. I just kind of like, I just check out a while and it takes me a little bit to get out of it. And I like kind of need to go like offline and reboot.
I just thought it was interesting that like a lot of people's experience of that numbness is like, I'm not feeling anything. Like I'm just, there's nothing going on. I feel no positive. I feel no negative. I feel nothing.
It's like you're actually feeling everything.
It's actually your brain being like, fuck, there's too much going on. We need to offline her.
Yeah. It's almost like if you're in a sensory deprivation tank and you're floating and you're like, oh, I'm not in water at all because I feel nothing. And then you're like, wait, I'm surrounded.
Yes.
I'm feeling everything. Feeling so much that I feel nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did she give advice on what to do instead of doom scrolling or like checking out?
I think probably just like get in your feelings. Like don't let yourself numb out.
Ew. Tomato. Next.
Like obviously like learn to work through the things that are causing you to numb out to that degree. Like, you know.
Yeah. Stupid advice.
So pass,
Don't
I
do
guess. You're not going to be partaking in that.
Nope. I'll just go take a nap.
Well, thank you for looking at that all with me. I thought
Baby,
those
that
were
was so interesting.
Interesting little tips.
I love when you share your learnings with me. I enjoy it more than learning on my own. Like I like hearing
Professor
your retelling of it,
Prof
and I
T.
like your thoughts behind it first. Like it's so much more interesting.
Cool.
Yeah, so thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, should we get into some pee-pee stories?
Let's get into a little pee-pee story. Also, I got the most lovely voicemail. I say I because I feel it was directed towards me. So the pee-pee who sent in 2 voicemails, I know you were worried that it was like too much, and we said we don't listen to them if they're over the 3-minute mark. I listened to the whole thing. I loved it. This pee-pee gave me advice on her partner suffered from pretty bad OCD and has
Suffered? Like she's no longer with us?
No, she's no longer suffering with it. Jesus fucking Christ. No, she's so much better now. You're like, can't imagine a world without your OCD. That
so
like
crazy.
the only way you could escape it is literally not being with us.
That's so crazy.
But you gave me really, really great advice. I shared it with Taryn and I am absolutely going to keep it in mind. So I appreciated all of your advice. Okay, our first story is moving in.
Okay, hi Tammy and Taryn. Oh my gosh, I'm nervous. This is so fast. Anyways, my name is Grace. I am 22 years old. Me and my girlfriend Lucy, so she's moving out of her current place in like May. And if I want to stay where I'm at, I need to sign my lease in like late April. She is wanting to move in together. So by the time we will have been together a year in like April, and it's one of those things like it feels so inevitable. Like I know we're going to move in with each other in the next little bit. And right now we're living in 2 separate apartments and it basically feels like we live together. So then it also doesn't make sense for us to be spending $1 million paying 2 different rents if we're just going to be together all the time. I also think she's kind of looking for something a little bit nicer than I am. And like my apartment right now, she doesn't let me sleep over there because I literally have a twin bed. And I'll probably just stay there if we don't move it together. So then I think I'm just going to be at her place all the time, which then I feel bad like I'm mooching, especially since she's paying for the nicer apartment. I feel nervous about moving in. I mean, we're both 22, like we're pretty young, and we've been dating a year, which I know isn't like a super short time, but it's also not super long. So like, I kind of have those anxieties, but then also we both grew up Mormon, and I think I've carried over a lot of the like, oh, you don't move in together until you're married. It's like, that's something that married couples do, which like logically I can understand that isn't true, but it's also hard for me to untangle that from my own anxieties. Like, it's hard for me to know what's me feeling anxious and nervous about this, and also what is just the way I was brought up. So anyways, I would love to hear your guys' thoughts about, is 22 too young to move in together? Is a year of dating too short to move in together? Is it stupid for us not to at this point if we're basically already living together? And like, we talk seriously about getting married and being life partners and stuff like that. So anyways, would love to know your thoughts. Thank you so much. I love you both. Bye.
Girl, I hear the panic.
I hear the panic deep.
My hands are open. I have like so many thoughts.
Yeah.
I feel that you feel very worried about it. I didn't hear the excitement about it. That said, that's okay. And then that doesn't mean you're not excited. I'm sure you are in a million ways. And we just didn't hear that on this, or you didn't like share those things with us because you're getting at the crux of the problem. And that's okay. But one thought is, if you're feeling more anxiety than excitement, I think that's worth looking at. Like, you're never going to be completely excited or completely anxious, I think, for a move like this, because it's complex and you like this person and you want to spend more time with them and there's a lot there. But like, if it's 70 excited, 30 anxious, I feel like that's a nice way to be. If you're 50-50 or lower, you know, the scales start tipping in the other way towards more anxiety. It's maybe a little, I would listen to that.
Yeah.
You don't want to be in a, it doesn't even, I have so many feelings.
Let them out, babe. Let them out.
The age of it all, the timing of it all, like 22 is young, but it's also like not that young and like smart for you to be making smart money decisions. A year is a long time in lesbian world, at least. Like, that does make sense to start moving in together, but it also, you don't have to. And so I don't know. There's none of those are like big flags for me.
Yeah. The questions you asked at the end, like, is 22 too young and is a year not enough time? That's not the part that I think we're looking at. Like,
yes.
There's no right or wrong to those.
That's not, if it was 3 months, sure, I'd be like, don't do that.
But those aren't the questions I'm worried about.
Yeah, I'm more worried about like your energy towards it and how you actually feel. The Mormon piece, girl, that's going to stick with us for a while. And unfortunately, a lot of either therapy or pushing ourselves to work through those things by action, like moving in together, are going to be the ways to, like, you know, break those things down in my experience. But do you want to? Do you feel like this is a bad idea? And that's the fear I'm having for you.
I think you're taking the right angle at this, because here's the thing. We can't tell you right, wrong, otherwise, unless we had a magic ball to look into the future. We don't know what's going to happen until it happens. And this is one of those things where I feel like it's almost a rite of passage, whether it doesn't work out, you're gonna you're gonna learn something from it. What I would do is take Taryn's advice. Think about this. Like, do you really want this? And if we decide yes, then we need to set ourselves up to make whatever happens in the future smooth and easy, good or bad. Like, let's plan. My first thought, I worry that, okay, your girlfriend wants a more expensive place. God forbid, just trying to look at this from all angles, something doesn't work out and you two are no longer living together, no longer together. I don't want you to get stuck in a financial situation where she has an opportunity, moves out, and you're on your own. Like, I think, unfortunately,
it's like a prenup.
Like, you're making partnership decisions.
Yes.
So you need to treat it like a partnership, not just like, this is my girlfriend of a year.
Right.
we need to both be on the lease. We need to, like, you're going to have to handle this if shit hits the fan, where we need to make sure, are you guys paying the same amount going into this? Like, you have to take the emotion out of it too and handle just like the logistics of it while you are in love and excited to be together. Because if you handle that and have a nice exit plan, which isn't fun to talk about, but if you have that solidified while you love each other, God forbid anything happens, you're going to have a smooth transition out of this situation. The logistics of it all, it's hard. In this economy, it's crazy to have 2 apartments when you know you're going to be at her place every single night. Why is she paying for the whole place and you're paying for your place when you guys could be splitting the finances here? It's going to happen. And you know what? Every person I know has lived with a partner, broken up with that partner, moved out with a partner, and you learn and you grow better. You're better for it. So even worst case scenario in my head, you're fine. Could it exacerbate issues in the relationship and cause you to break up? That's something that I feel like is the only actual negative from this, of like, could it ruin your relationship? But in my mind, I'm like, well, if you guys can't handle and get through those things, better to know earlier.
Yes.
So I'm team, again, go back to Taryn's advice. Do you want this? Are you ready? Do you want to go to therapy and work on your situation of like, we shouldn't live together until we're married first? Because maybe you do feel that way and you don't need to do something before you're ready. So sit with it. If you get to a place, yes, I'm ready, then handle the logistics up front and you should be good.
Yeah, like the madness of it all is going to be the madness of it all. Yeah. It's going to be a lot. It's going to be a big change for you. Like there's a lot of downstream things that are just inevitable and will happen. But the decision that you do have control over now is deciding, do I feel ready to full-time live with this person?
Yeah.
Do I feel excited about that? Again, it doesn't need to be 100. You don't have to say I am 100% ready and I'm 100% excited.
Yeah.
But if it's like overwhelmingly more excitement and like, I think I can be ready, I think that's listen more to that than the other thing. But like, especially the readiness, like you're never going to be, you don't know. How do you know to be ready?
Like a crazy,
and like, how do you know to be ready about something you've never done before? You don't know what it takes.
It's like, you know how you're going to be ready, and not to sound like an old, cynical,
a boomer
35-year-old, but it's like, in my mind, yes, you guys might be together forever and ever and ever, but in my mind, worst case scenario, and thinking about like my life at 22, I'm obviously not with the person I was with at 22. I'm not with the person I was with at 24, 25. Like, I had several relationships after 22. So all I have is my own hindsight, and I'm glad I lived with the person I was with at 22 because I learned so much, so that at 35 I can be a good partner and good also roommate too. Like, I learned so much from living with 2 people before you and other actual roommates, 4 people, that I'm glad I had that experience so that I can be a good partner to you in the home. So even if this isn't your forever partner, you're going to learn so much from it. Or it works out and you guys are great and yay.
If you were my kid and my kid was like, Mama, I'm 22, should I move in with my girlfriend? I think I would be like, let's think about this a little bit.
Yeah, I think I would say all these same things. I'd be like, I think I'd be more careful about the saying like, oh, even if you guys don't end up together, because I think that at 22, in my mind, I'm 100% ending up with that person. This is forever. I'm going to die with this person.
I know.
That's why I feel so icky even saying that to you, because, and a lot of people do end up with the person they're with at 22 forever and ever. But in my mind, I'm like, worst case scenario, you're going to be all right. And you're going to be better for it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is a good experience. But if this is your forever person, yeah, maybe we do hold off, because I don't want to risk you messing stuff up because of lack of experience. But how are you going to get it until you do it? So
wait, I don't get what you mean. Why are you going back on if it is her forever person?
Well, if it's your forever person, then we make mistakes with this forever person that we can't come back from, and it's a bad living situation, we could ruin the relationship. You know what I mean? But that's why I think we're less likely to ruin the relationship if we do a lot of upfront work, if we talk about division of labor, if we don't just ride high on excitement of having sleepovers together every night, if we go in of like, hey, I make the bed every morning and it's really important to me. Hey, I like the dishwasher emptied first thing in the morning. Hey, I hate when there's towels on the floor. Like dumb shit that like.
I love that yours are all like cleaning related.
Well, I'm talking about roommate stuff.
Yeah,
I'm not talking about relationship stuff.
Yeah.
Because I think that's what people forget when they move in with their partner who they love and they're in a relationship. Now you are also
roommates.
Cohabitating.
Yeah.
And that's different. I'm not good with roommates that are friends because I don't like to speak up.
Yeah.
Like my first roommate in LA, I would never, she would eat my food all the time and do things that annoyed me and I wouldn't say shit. But I'm better at being vocal with my partner.
Yeah.
That I like, we know what we like and what we don't like and what we're good at and we're not good at. And we learn that through experience. But we also didn't live together until we were like late 20s, early 30s, and we had our voice. So I want to make sure you have that voice, that you're not just like, oh, it's okay.
That's I think that is the distillation of both of our thoughts, which is 22 is a little bit on the younger side. A year, who cares? That means, though, that if you are going to make a big choice, which is to be together, you have to be also making the big girl choices to do the work beforehand, to have the hard conversations, to be able to speak up for yourself, to have a fallback plan, even though you guys don't think you need it, and I hope you don't need it, and all the things. To talk about money, to talk about like all, you kind of have to overemphasize all the other things because you are doing something that you're not fully maybe comfortable with yet. And you're like a little bit still on the younger side, I think.
Yeah.
That's what I would say.
How are we splitting groceries?
Yeah.
What are we doing if somebody can't afford rent this month?
Like don't do this haphazardly. Like,
yeah.
Which you're not. Really obviously, you're calling in to us and asking about it.
But I think where I would be at 22, I would just be focused on like, is it too soon to live with my partner? I wouldn't be thinking about the implications of living with somebody and what that means. And like, who's taking the trash out? Like they sound stupid, but being able to preemptively have those conversations and then checking in and making sure you're feeling good. So I would have big conversation, order takeout, sit in the apartment, think about how
we live together.
Yeah, think about how we'd want to design the apartment, do all the fun things, and then also think like, hey, I'm really good at X, Y, and Z of maintaining a house. I'm really good at making sure I'm calling the landlord if things need taken care of. I'm really good at the cleaning. I'm really good at this. I'm good at grocery shopping. Talk about those things and then set check-ins so that you're not being passive aggressive at each other if things are going wrong and you're not letting stuff harbor and like fester inside of you. And you're not like popping off and getting frustrated about something or like having a relationship conversation and things about the home are trickling into the relationship.
Yeah.
Keep it separate. Have these conversations. Have planned times to discuss them. Go in with a plan. Like I think that's what 22-year-olds are going to be too excited to like live with a partner and how that, are we spending too much time together? Are we doing that? And you're not thinking about like the logistics of running a household together.
I also want to end my portion by saying that it is okay if you don't want to live with her yet.
Yeah.
Like, I know that sounds like it's going to be a devastating blow to your partner and it might scare you. Why don't I want to live with her yet? But if in your gut, which your phone call kind of was giving, and I think that's why we're kind of like in this little weird thing.
Yeah,
is
I can't
like,
read where she's coming from.
Yeah, I can't fully read it, but it's okay to be like, you know what? I'm sorry. This is actually just like a little too soon. How about instead a year, I'll find a 6 month lease or I'll ask my landlord if we can go month to month or if I can do 6 months only or whatever.
Yeah.
So that we can reevaluate because I understand a year feels.
Bed.
Yeah.
And if a bed doesn't fit in your current room, see if there's another room in the apartment you already live in.
It
that's
might be like $50 more a month. Like who knows?
Yeah.
Anyway,
or even say like, I know you're worried that you're going to be mooching off of her because you'd spend most of your time at her place. There's ways to balance that out, offer to buy groceries.
Yeah.
Like if you're like, you know what, I need a little more time, and then maybe staying at our house, you can kind of ease into feeling like you're good partners in the home. Like do her laundry, buy groceries, clean up more, like find a good balance.
But if this is not something to compromise on, if you in your heart are like, it's just a little too early for me, I want to work a couple more things out, even just within myself, not anything to do with her and you, then I think that this is not the kind of thing to just be like, fuck it, let's move in together. Like that's a big choice. So,
and it's a lot to deal with, your own feelings, your relationship, and living with someone in the house. Like you don't want to risk messing up the relationship if you don't feel ready. So you not being ready isn't like I'm not in this enough. If anything, to me, it says I'm so in this, I want to make sure that we do it right.
So true, bestie.
So true, bestie.
Girlie,
so true, Rumi.
So true, Rumi.
Love you guys so much.
We love you,
PP. Keep us posted on what you decide come April, end of April.
Okay, guys, we love you. We hope you have a lovely rest of your week. Bye-bye.
Bye.